It was a very difficult choice, and we had four very good contenders, both Germany, France, UK and the Americans, close allies to Norway, all four. But it was a decision with a lot of factors. So we decided to go with the Brits because in the end it was a lot of factors who decided it.
So are you worried at all about Norway's Navy needing the capabilities before 2030, which is when deliveries are due to start?
No, we already have frigates, but we want to exchange them with the new frigates. So this is completely in line with our plans in the long-term defense plan. Starting from 2029 with the education and with phasing in the new frigates and deliveries in 2030. So it's in line with our plans.
Minister, have you heard any reactions yet from the US over Norway's decision?
No, and we will still be a very close ally to the US. In the north, we are looking after the nuclear weapons. The world's biggest nuclear arsenal is at the Kola Peninsula, just a few miles from the Norwegian border. And we're looking after them for the whole alliance. And they're pointing not to Norway, but to the big American cities, to London, to our allies. And we're also looking after the strategic submarines and the multi-role submarines, which are threatening the undersea infrastructure and also with the nuclear capacities. So we're looking after that, and we're using both F-35s, P-8s, and working every day closely with the Americans, with the Brits, and with our allies. So we will still do that in the future.
I mean, you said you haven't had any reactions so far from the US. Are you expecting any reactions going forward from them?
No, we don't think so, because we are still working very closely with them. They are looking after us because we are looking after the nuclear weapons for them and for the alliance. And that's also when we're buying new submarines, it's for hunting submarines. And the new frigates, it's for hunting submarines. That's the main capacity of the new frigates, to deter Russia from going into the Northern Sea and the Atlantics with their submarines and the Northern Fleet, which is still intact. Even though he's fighting in Ukraine, they are still intact.
Minister, we have seen a political uproar in Norway over the sovereign wealth fund's investment in Israel. There are media reports suggesting that BAE Systems have used Israeli subcontractors. I mean, are you concerned about that? Could there be a similar criticism to the government because of this choice?
There will be some criticism, but overall, it's a great support for the companyship with the Brits, and the main reasons we now are doing this in a new way is that we want completely like the Brits the same frigates. Because we are going to have these frigates in 20-30 years' time, and we want to do it together with the Brits. We will have the same ships. We will share the same weapon systems, so we can keep this operative over the period with less use of money. So we will not do anything to do this. Frigates different from each other.
Okay. Minister, Norway, of course, is amongst the NATO members that border Russia. How worried are you about the security situation right now and your expectations of what could happen in Ukraine?
Well, Putin is engaged in Ukraine, so we not see anymore a lot of the land forces in the north. But the Northern Fleet is still intact. And the Northern Fleet and the strategic submarines and the multi-role submarines are still a threat to the alliance together with the nuclear arsenal. So that's what we are preparing for. But the biggest threat is Putin succeeding in Ukraine and deepening his cooperation with China and North Korea and Iran. That is the deepest threat. Therefore, we still will support Ukraine. We have to give Ukraine the upper hand in negotiations for a peace deal. That's the most important thing. Putin, if he succeeds in Ukraine, then it will get dangerous.
I mean, the bombing from Russia of Ukraine doesn't seem to have stopped. And at the same time, by Vladimir Putin actually showing up on on U.S. soil seems to have been normalized amongst allies and enemies again. Does that make the Ukraine situation a lot more precarious?
I think it's most important now that Europe is stepping up, taking more responsibility both for own security and for Ukraine. And that's what we're doing. Over the summer, we've been searching for air defense systems for Ukraine. And together with Germany, Norway now has been financing 2 Patriot systems. And we can now see that more of the European countries are stepping up, buying from US stocks, weapons for defense of Ukraine. And we're also investing heavily in the Ukraine defense industry to both to give them offensive capacities, but also to defend themselves. So I think that's the most important thing to do in the time to come now, to give Ukraine the upper hand by defending them, and also to strengthen the sanctions against Russia, because the Russian economy is weak and they are in really big troubles.